Judging by what Thomas Pickering said earlier, Emily didn't tell us the whole story about how she and Matthew got along. Mort and I should probably speak with her further. Sheriff, take a look at these photos I just found.
Looks like Emily made a hobby out of watching the comings and goings of her neighbors.
It appears that her cats have gotten into her collection. There are photos all over.
We should see how many others she's got around here.
doing with those?
Just having a look around, Mrs. Wiseborough. You got quite a talent for photography.
Did you keep tabs on who came and went next door?
Maybe I did. It seemed a prudent thing to do. Matthew was always telling lies, always plotting against me.
What was Avery Donaldson doing in Matthew's garden while Matthew was out?
I don't know what he was up to, that Avery. He's probably told you things about me, too. Don't believe them.
Okay, ma'am.
We were curious, Emily, as to why you showed so little emotion at the news that your next-door neighbor had just been murdered.
Well, if you must know, Matthew and I didn't get along particularly well. In fact, we weren't even speaking to each other.
Thomas Pickering said Matthew was upset because your cats were trespassing in his garden.
What? Ha! I'm the one who deserves to be upset. Maybe my cats did roam next door, but Matthew didn't have to introduce a horde of earwigs into my rose garden to get even. What exactly are you accusing me of? This conversation is over.
She's a real piece of work. Thomas was right about her paranoia.
Paranoia or no, she did see Avery next door, and we need to find out what he was doing there. Avery, Emily Wiseborough took a picture of you in Matthew O'Neill's garden mere days before he was murdered. What were you doing there?
Nothing. I mean, I was there, but I was just trying to find out why Matthew was sneaking around my garden.
Matthew was over here without your knowledge?
I'm almost certain he was stealing seeds from my tropicals. I found footprints all over the floor of my greenhouse. It was probably a futile effort to copy my success and beat me in the garden competition next year.
I see. Speaking of footprints, was Jack Delgado here yesterday morning?
As a matter of fact, he was. Now there is someone who could have killed Matthew.
What makes you say that?
Well, apparently Matthew refused to pay his bill, and Jack was pretty upset over it.
Yes, we've heard about that. Emily may be a snoop, but we've found Jack's footprints at every garden we visited. Maybe he can shed some more light on the situation. Taking his gloves back to him is as good an excuse as any to speak with him again. Jack doesn't appear to be around, but I think I'll wait.
something I can help you with?
Hello, Jack. Is this your flyer for this year's garden contest?
Yep.
It says here, sponsored by Humboldt Chemical.
Yeah, they put up $5,000 cash and $5,000 worth of free Humboldt Chemical garden products for the winner.
My goodness, that's quite a generous prize.
Not only that, the winner gets to compete in a New England-wide competition where the prizes are even bigger.
I suppose that would explain why Matthew and Avery were spying on each other, despite their rivalry just being a friendly one.
Oh, it wasn't so friendly, Jessica. Not with all that prize money and free gardening products at stake. Once Matthew even asked me to tell him some of Avery's secrets, but I didn't want to get in the middle of it.
Oh, before I forget, Avery asked me to return your leather gloves to you.
Those aren't my gloves.
They aren't. Avery said you left them at his garden yesterday morning.
Nope. Those gloves look pretty new. If they came from Maine Coast Garden Center, maybe Carol remembers who she sold them to.
Good thinking. I'll go ask her.
Miss Sullivan, do you sell this brand of leather work gloves here?
Yes, I do. Why?
We were wondering if you might remember who bought this particular pair recently.
I don't know, but I can probably find the invoice. I'm still looking for Avery's invoice, too. It's been so crazy here, and I'm short-handed. If I come across either one, I'll let you know, Sheriff.
Thanks. Are you okay, Carol?
Not really. Things have been so crazy. I have customers coming in for the latest seed shipment, but the packets have gotten lost.
Well, why don't you take a moment to look for that invoice while Mort and I get this sorted out?